Hello, Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest, Chapter 19. When we last left off, things weren't going so hot for really anybody. Mercuphobia had no more sense of restraint and was wantonly destroying Elmina. Caramel, in tears, begged Team Natsu to put Mercuphobia out of his misery. Team Natsu begrudgingly accepted, even though they think that Mercuphobia is still a good person, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And all of Fairy Tales lost their magic to the one person who was having a good day last week, or 2 weeks ago, Toka. So yeah, let's jump right on into Chapter 19, From the Abyss. Our cover picture is of Carla and Wendy having like a beach day. Moving right along into the chapter. So we open in the middle of the Mercuphobia fight. Against the might of the rampaging water god, Fairy Tale's in a bind. Did he raise up the sea with his magic? Right, when we last left off, Mercuphobia had like lifted up the entire ocean with the power of his magic. That's crazy! How in the world are we supposed to fight something like that? And Natsu is just glaring at it. Wendy, who's in full Dragon Force mode, didn't have it last week. So this is a holy pentadrake. Caramel has collapsed and is crying. And we see these, like, whirlpools forming in the sea above their heads. Here it comes, and something, like, comes down out of the whirlpool. A, like, laser beam that destroys the ground below them. Lucy and Wendy and Carla are all sent flying. Kya! Wah! Kya! More beams keep going. Urza and Gray are also both sent flying. More beams come down, destroying Elmina. The city of Elmina is being destroyed! The anger of the water god dragon is going to raise this place to the ground! The citizenry are all naturally affected by all this. And Natsu, like, soars at Mercuphobia with happy. Stop! Flies at Mercuphobia, and they're just, like, covered in water, or, like, Mercuphobia brings down a bit of the sea to, like, catch them. Wah! Wah! And they're both underwater. Natsu sees something, I think, and just starts swimming towards Mercuphobia. Wah! Natsu! And he pops out of the water on the other side, right at Mercuphobia's head. Flame Dragon Kings! Roar! And Mercuphobia counters it with a beam of his own. That completely blasts Natsu away. Gah! Thankfully it looks like the beam was, like, just water, so Natsu is mostly unhurt, besides the whole, like, being underwater. What the? Natsu's flames have been put out. Damn it. Mercuphobia roars at them again. He's going to send down another pillar of water. Oh, have all those beams just been water? He's doing that much damage with water. Okay, that makes more sense. We're not just gonna sit here and keep eating those, and not, Gray gets an ice make freeze! Oh, he freezes the pillar, I think. Maybe. I'll make a path. Alright. And he's, like, freezing the pillars, and he constructs a staircase going around the pillar as, Lucy and Urza, run up it, as they approach Mercuphobia. And Mercuphobia turns the ice staircase back into water. And they fall down. Whoa! Kya! He turned my ice back into water just like that! And Gray catches, Lucy, for all you, what are they called? Grucy? Is that their ship name? I know there is a Greylu. That's their ship name. Urza just catches herself. And I think that's Natsu above Mercuphobia's head in the sea. And Carla notices him. Natsu, when did you... And Natsu falls out of the sea and lands on Mercuphobia's head. I don't really want to do this, but I know how much you like this town. And Mercuphobia, like, looks up at him. I'll stop you. And he gets for, like, a Fire Dragon King's, fist, I imagine. Dragon Slayer, secret technique. Crimson Lotus, exploding flame ring. And Natsu, I can't quite tell what exactly this spell is doing. He's made some kind of, like... We see, like, the after image of his flame. Or not the after image, but, like, the flames are, like, left behind. And they're, like, tiny explosions all through it. All up and down Mercuphobia. Is this it for Mercuphobia? Are we killing him off right here? I don't know. We might. This is a moment where he might die. I can see it happening. Everyone looks up at him, not knowing what's happened. Something's weird about Mercuphobia. Something about his body feels like gelatinous, or looks gelatinous. Natsu notices that something's wrong, too. Natsu's flames are all being put out? Okay. And Mercuphobia, has he always had those wings? I don't think he has. They've just kind of popped up. Okay. What is that huge whirlpool? Oh yeah, there's a whirlpool over Mercuphobia. Not noticed that. Natsu notices it too now. Natsu, dodge it! Natsu! Natsu kind of floats off into the whirlpool. I'm getting sucked in! Natsu! And Happy, flies after Natsu. What is this? We can't do a thing! And Gray is trying to, freeze it desperately. Damn it! Freeze! Freeze already! And Natsu is now being completely sucked into the whirlpool. Natsu! And he disappears without a trace, as everyone can only look on in horror. And a dragon's claw grabs Natsu. Everyone looks on in shock. This one's mine, Water God Dragon. I won't be handing him over to you anytime soon. Natsu's life hangs by a thread. To whom does this hand belong? What just happened there? I don't know what's going on there. Who could this be? Is it one of the maybe it's one of the Pentadrakes is a fire dragon who's still loyal to Igneal? Because the claw we see is reminiscent of Igneal's, but it can't be Igneal because Igneal is definitely dead. But if there was another fire dragon that was loyal to Igneal that became one of the Pentadrakes, he might know about Natsu, and so he'd be willing to save Natsu, right? That's my theory. This is another fire dragon, like Atlas Flame, but not Atlas Flame, clearly. But yeah, the chapter was great. There's not a whole lot to say about it other than just the overwhelming force of Mercuphobia. I don't know how they're gonna win. I could have seen them winning if Natsu's Crimson Lotus technique or whatever it was called had done the trick, but it did not in the slightest. It did not even really put much of a dent in him. By the bits we see of him at the end. I hope this is not a recurring trend, the reappearing trend of Mashima's, or I know it's technically Ueda who's doing the art now, but Mashima tends not to show injury even when it's happening, like we saw in the final Zera fight in the original series. How Zera's final form left him seemingly uninjured at all times, even if it was actually taking damage and it really showed up on his body at all. Y'all remember. But anyway, yeah, this chapter is, I don't know. I really want to know what's up with that hand. That's what we need to find out. Yeah. This is a great fighting chapter, but because it's a fighting chapter, of course, there's not a whole lot to say until that hand shows up, but we don't know who that hand belongs to, so we'll find out in 2 weeks, I imagine. So I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe or do whatever the fuck you want. I don't really care. And as always, people, keep kicking ass, and I'll see you in the future. Bye!